Alright, plain and simple. Transformation is possible, but you cannot do it because you are your mind right now. When you are your mind, the opportunities are so limited. When you are your mind, then you are so deeply embedded in this mind's game of society, culture, and betterment that you will not be able to transform. The only reason that you want to change when you're identified with your mind is because the society has given you some scales that you can compare to, and it promised you some rewards if you get better at those. This is the only reason you think you want to change and better yourself. You don't really want to change. If you really wanted to change, you would have done it. This is the reality that you produced with what you have right now. With you as your mind, this is what you get. If any other reality was possible, then it would be right now here. So this is the inevitability of this moment. Look at your life and see the inevitability of it. Inevitability. This was inevitable. You cannot change what you see right now. This is inevitable. And this is what you get with what you are right now. And what you are will not be able to even fathom another reality. It will not be able to give itself the opportunity of transformation. It will only try to persist, to survive, to play the society game more and more with the dream of getting somewhere. If I do this, if I do that, then I will be okay, then I will be whole. I will finally start living other than self-developing. But look, when you are your name, when you are your personality, look outside. What you see is only comparison points. And that is the only reason why you think you believe that you need to change. But you don't want that. You don't really want that. That's like a pseudo desire. You don't really want that. The only reason you want it is that society tells you it is better, it is good to do it, it is, you know, and it's not a lie. Like, for example, when it says if you get better at this, you will get more money. You can get more money and you can get more respect. You would be so, like, so important in society. You can become a superstar, like 1 million followers. You can have like $1 billion. And you would want these things because you would think that it will solve all of your problems. It will solve your problem of loneliness, your, validation problem. If one person tells you you're beautiful, and if 1 million people tell you that you're beautiful, would make a difference in you. Because this is the society's game. This is the game of validation. But even after $1 million, even after your six pack or your or winning the beauty contest, whatever that is, you will come home and you will still be alone. You will still suffer alone because the pain, the source of your suffering, is not that there are less people calling you beautiful or that there's less money in your bank account. Money can solve a lot of things. Money can, solve the comfort problem. Money can solve health problems, fun problems. You can solve them, but you will not be able to reach the source of all of your problems, and that is the mind. Somehow becoming successful in society using your mind is maybe more dangerous because you would think like, okay, I did this. I did this using my mind. So I can find out how to transform. I can find out, I can put an end to this suffering. Okay, what if like you you would have so much confidence in yourself now? Or maybe the opposite. Then you would have like all the money in the world, all the women or all the men would want you, and then you would say, oh my God, even this was not it. Even this was not the thing that I wished for. Like Jim Carrey said, I wish everyone to be, rich and famous so that They know that this is not what they want. But look at your mind. Is it possible to understand this truth? Is it possible to understand that you don't really want fame and money? No, I want fame and money. I would like that. But that I is my mind, because my mind thinks that if I'm famous, if I have money, my problems would go away. And it believes that my problems are, society problems, money problems, social problems. And that's why you cannot change. You cannot make yourself change. Try to make yourself become a different person. Try to make yourself think something different. Try to control a thought. Try to control a feeling. That doesn't happen. That doesn't work like that. So that's why you cannot do it. And if you could do it, you would do it. This is not possible. This is not possible with this state that you're in, with these beliefs. This is what you get with what you are right now. Plus, you don't want to change. The only reason you want to change is that you want to become better, to get some money and fame and like whatever good society, serves you. Whatever scale that you want to get better on, that is served by society and lives in our minds. There's nothing wrong with playing the society's game, but it makes all the difference if you see this as a game, if you see that this is not the only reality, if you see that good and bad, all the scales, they live in our minds, and they are myths, they are stories. They do not live outside the mind. Where there is no mind, there are no good and bad. Where there is no mind, there is no money. So you, as the mind, will only perpetuate the problem of the mind, and you will only look for solutions outside, and you will be stuck in this betterment game. Even when you like win all the games, win all the money, and win all the girls, win at relationships, win at business. Even if you win, even if you become the best winner in the society, you would be faced with the problem of the mind. You would be alone at your house with your thoughts. Even if many other people are laying with you, you will be alone in your head suffering. And this is why you are not able to do it. You, as you are right now, believing that you are the mind, cannot transform. You cannot make you change. You will only make you better. And even for that, you would need, a lot of luck, a lot of work, a lot of hard work. And that's why it's hard. That's why change is hard. It is because you do not fucking want it. It is hard because it is not your desire. It is hard because you're okay the way you are. You know, you will not be able to hold your breath for so long, because at some point you cannot tolerate, you know that you hold your breath anymore, and then you would take the breath in. What made you do that? Did you make yourself take the breath in? No, it happened because you couldn't tolerate being without a breath. And do you think, for example, if you are addicted to something, like, do you think it is hard to to drink one more coffee or go watch another piece of porn? If you're addicted, it's not hard. If your desires of something, if you like really want to play a game, or like, let's take video games, or go to watch a game, if you like baseball or something, is it hard to do that? Sometimes you do the hardest of things, but you do not feel that way. How does that happen? It is only hard to change because you don't want to, because you have a choice. If you have a choice to choose A or B, then A would be harder than B. But if A is, yeah, if A is holding your breath, and if B is breathing normally, you cannot tolerate A for a long time, more than a couple of minutes. Then you would naturally be doing B. It is only hard when you have a fucking choice. And choice is all there is in the society. Choice is all there is in the mind. Mind is always in between choices, in between decisions. That is only because mind can only work in scales. And the scales, they promise things to mind, and mind is in turmoil. There are desert storms of thoughts inside the brain, and it would like to go out and solve this problem of itself, but it cannot. The mind will not be able to solve the problem of itself. The mind will not be able to solve the problem of choice. When you have a choice, you will have a hard life. This cat, man, this cat is just shouting, like he was shouting all night. Wow, wow, wow. And like it really, like, after 6 hours, that bothers me. I had to put earplugs on. Yeah, you cannot do it, but it is possible. And you cannot really make yourself want something. You can make your mind want something. You can make anything logical. You can make a case for anything, and that case can be, dependent on real rewards that society would give you. You can make your mind want something. You can make yourself believe that you want something, but at the same fucking time, you can make yourself want the opposite thing, and it would be only as logical as the first choice. Everything in society can be built a case upon. You can build a case, and then you can make your mind want everything, and this would make your mind go crazy. And that is why you do not really want transformation. You only want to play this game, and that is okay. There is nothing wrong with wanting to play this game, but it makes all the difference if you know that you are choosing to play this game as your mind, as your personality. It makes all the difference. Even from the outside, it will look the same. Two people playing this game, one choosing it and one not. It would make all the difference. Because the one who is conscious that he is playing this game would have the opportunity to transform, would have the opportunity to really get out of the personality. And that means getting out of the mind, and that means the possibilities are wider now. And in that place, we can talk about, what do you want now? What do you want? Because inside the mind, there are, I mean, we can have an endless list of things that you want, and those things would be only wanted by you because, because of the things, because of the rewards that they would give you, societal rewards, and means to an ends. And you would, your entire life would be a thriving towards a societal reward. Is that what you want? Apparently so. And that is why you cannot transform. So transformation is possible, but you cannot do it, and that is the truth.